One final ride in Finley Stadium for the 2021 fall campaign here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as Chattanooga FC hosts the Michigan Stars in the final game here at Finley. I'm Lucas Panzica. Good evening, everybody. Appreciate you joining us on a chilly Saturday night here in East Tennessee. A crisp 43 degrees as Chattanooga FC, coming off of a loss at the league champion Detroit City, looks to bounce back against Michigan Stars, who come in after a 2-2 draw against Maryland, looking for their first victory since defeating this Chattanooga team 3-1 up in Michigan back on October 17th. We're nearing the end of the fall campaign. Only 2 matches remain tonight, and then next week, Chattanooga on the road at Stumptown, looking for that last push to get into the top 5 of the league table before it's all said and done in 2021. So again, appreciate you spending part of your Saturday evening with us here at Fort Finley. A lot to get into here. We'll show you the starting lineups, players to watch, and the league standings to get a clearer picture of where Chattanooga sits relative to Michigan Stars and what CFC can accomplish here tonight as they look to close it out strong. We'll go ahead and take a look at the NISA standings presented by Coca-Cola. Detroit City FC clearly in charge. They are the league champs on 41 points, 12 clear of Cal United sitting in second, and you see Chattanooga down in 8th, 4 spots back of Michigan Stars, but an opportunity with 3 points tonight to crawl back into the top 5 if a few other things can fall the right way for Chattanooga tonight. As Stumptown in 5th, just 1 point back of Michigan, is on the road at Chicago House tonight. That game kicking off right at the same time as this one. New Amsterdam on the road at 1904, and it's Detroit City on the road at LA Force. The other 3 matchups happening around NISA tonight. But again, Chattanooga with an opportunity to sneak back into the top 5. And for Peter Fuller, that is a clear-cut goal for this last home stretch in the 2021 fall season. Let's take a look at the away lineup as Michigan Stars comes down again off that 2-2 draw back home against Maryland. They've had a nice stretch of home games, haven't been on the road since late October, a draw at LA Force. Starting in goal, Tatenda M. Karuva, one of the better goalkeepers in Michigan Stars, certainly a character to watch over the course of 90 minutes. In the back, it's Eddie Mujan, Joseph Aidu, Andres Chalbaud, and Jacob Campbell. Devin Amu-Mensah stepping up into more of a defensive midfield role. Guy who's really established himself as one of the better center backs in NISA, playing a more advanced role this season under head coach George Yunchai. Carl Schneider, Israel Espinoza, Cyrus Tran, Kai Newell at the 10, and striker Leon Marich, who leads this team with 5 goals on a hot scoring streak, and he goes up against the Chattanooga back 3 made up of a back 4 tonight, made up of James Casack, Sean Russell, Caio Da Silva, and Cutler Coleman, of course, with Alec Reddington in goal. Nick Spielman and Tate Robertson, along with Juan Hernandez, make up the midfield trio, and a front 3 with a bit of a different look. Damian Rodriguez, the youngster out of Dalton, Georgia, getting the start on the right wing, and 2 number 9s getting the start side by side for the first time tonight in Marcus Nagelstad and Brett Jones. Chattanooga's top 2 goal scorers in 2021 will have a chance to go at Michigan Stars together, linking up with that front 3. So that brings us to our players to watch, which are the 2 names that we just mentioned, Nagelstad and Jones. 4 goals apiece to each of their names. Nagelstad, whenever he gets hot, one of the best goal scorers in NISA, and Brett Jones, the speedy forward, also looking to combine with his fellow striker. We'll take a break. When we come back. Kickoff between Chattanooga and Michigan Stars, the final game at Finley Stadium in 2021.
When the world's fastest internet meets the ultimate TV experience, it's even better than you imagine. Introducing the new EPB Fi TV, cutting-edge entertainment that fits the way you live today. Watch your favorite movies and shows anytime, anywhere. No set-top box required. Pause, restart, or replay live TV up to 3 days later. And carry a world of entertainment in your pocket with unlimited DVR. Break free from traditional TV with the new EPB Fi TV.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher that can offer seafood meal prep, suggest the perfect sides to pair, and even steam and peel your shrimp. All at no extra cost. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
I bet he'd be great at helping with the laundry.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Hello, I'm Chris Ray, director of CFC soccer camps. Yeah, the difference in these camps, I think, and the camps that I've ran for years is our camps are geared really towards player development on the technical side, with lots of touches. Plus, it's also a lot of fun. We have a lot of competitions, a lot of games. I think if you ask any of the campers, something they would really enjoy is that there is a focus on some sort of topic each day, whether it's dribbling, passing, or finishing. I think that's what separates us from the others.
When the work
Drawing closer to kickoff here at Finley Stadium, Chattanooga FC hosting Michigan Stars, the final home game of the 2021 NISA Fall Campaign. Lucas Panzica with you, Jeremy Brumbaugh, making it all happen tonight on 11 Sports. As Chattanooga FC 5-2-9, 8th in the NISA table, goes up against a 5-6-5 Michigan Stars team that comes into tonight 4th in the NISA table. Last time these two faced off on this field, drama all over, and it spilled over into stoppage time as Chattanooga stole away a 2-1 win late against Michigan Stars. Marcus Nagelstad, the late penalty kick goal, pushed CFC ahead, and Stars was able to avenge that loss at home a couple of weeks ago with a 3-1 win. Kyle Newell, 2 goals in that game, wearing the number 10. He operates in that role. Look for him to be a creative force tonight going forward for Stars. Chattanooga in its dark blue home classic uniforms will attack the goal to the left as Michigan Stars in the away reds and white numbers will operate left to right on the road. 22 goals scored this season for Stars. That's 4th in NISA. For Chattanooga, it's been a bit of a struggle finding the back of the net consistently. 18 goals on the season, but for Peter Fuller tonight and next time out against Stumptown, it's about confidence, ending the season strong for a team that has had a level of confidence that, according to their head coach, has been described as day-to-day. Looking to rectify that against the Michigan Stars team that Chattanooga has faced off against 5 times previous. 2 wins, a draw, 2 losses. It's been pretty square across the board whenever these two go head-to-head. A few players missing tonight for Chattanooga. Sean Hofstadter has 2 goals on the year. Cam Woodfin with an assist out due to injury. And Richard Dixon, the captain and defender with yellow card accumulation, unavailable tonight. So Chattanooga putting the captain band on the arm of Juan Hernandez as the ball is rolling. 22 men in motion, and we're underway here at Finley Stadium. Chattanooga will settle in the back with Alec Reddington. Be interesting to watch how Chattanooga attacks early on. Peter Fuller saying this week he believes they can play right through Michigan Stars. Looking to be more direct, CFC, and try to rectify some of the mistakes that have come from giving the ball away in midfield that have led to many of the goals Chattanooga's conceded this season, 21 to be specific. Coleman pushes ahead to the talented young winger Damian Rodriguez on the 1-2. It's Cutler Coleman pacing down the touchline. High drive is lifted over the head of everybody, and it's collected on the near side by James Kasak, able to win the throw-in. And here comes Sean Russell to put it into play. That's one thing Chattanooga will be missing tonight without Sean Hofstadter. Those long throws that are a signature for the versatile Chattanooga midfielder. It's lifted in by Russell. Bounced around in the box, still in play, and cleared away. Rodriguez drifting into a much deeper role from his right wing spot, drops it for Robertson. That's airmailed out for a Michigan throw-in. So you see Mensah and Israel Espinoza partnering each other along that back 4 of Michigan, with Joseph Aidu stepping up into a more of a defensive midfield role. Diagonal ball to the near side is dropped off for Chalbaud, and Chattanooga can spring a counter on the left foot of James Kasak. Lost the angle a bit, but it falls to Brett Jones. Spielman. De Silva. Russell. Russell wins the race against Newell, and Hernandez trying to collect it in an attacking position as it's put into Chattanooga's half. Kyle Newell tight ropes the touchline and looks to slip it into the red-hot striker Leon Marich. 5 goals on the season. He'll be a threat all night, leading the charge on the Michigan Stars front line. Mkaruva in goal. Idu. Espinoza, recently signed. Rangy center back. You see the length. 6'4", 175 pounds. A good passer as he's able to get that over the top. That's for Jacob Campbell, but be back with Chattanooga as we're inside the first 5 minutes here. Fans continuously streaming in on the near home side. Last opportunity to see this team in action before the new year. Reddington puts it into a crowd. Rodriguez putting the pressure on Mkaruva, and it's out for a Chattanooga throw-in. So the 18-year-old on the right wing tonight has been a handful to deal with in this recent run in NISA play, really earning the trust of his coaching staff. I love the way he's matured, and hope he can become a fixture in this side moving forward into 2022 as he brings this down, makes himself available, and with the overlapping run, it'll instead be drifted deep where Jones tries to get in the way of Mkaruva, and the former member of the Zimbabwe national team blasts it ahead. Caio da Silva here. Coleman. Da Silva. Nagelstad in the pocket of Mensah. Espinoza back for Mkaruva, who needs to get rid of it quickly here. Pressure put on by Hernandez. Now it's Kasak making life hard on Espinoza, and it's a throw-in for Michigan. It's a Michigan team with a high-intensity style of attacking play. They lead the league in shots this season with 92. Typically a high-pressing team, Michigan, but not quite as much since the departure of coach Alexander Stremmel, who was pacing the sidelines the last time Michigan came down to East Tennessee in that 2-1 Chattanooga win. Chattanooga trying to use some of that against MSFC here tonight. Rodriguez has no angle. Drops it for Coleman. Robertson. Cutler Coleman. He's closed off well by Campbell. And Michigan looking to work its way out of its defensive third. Good recovery by Caio da Silva. Flicked on to the feet of Russell. Spielman with time on the ball. Back to da Silva. Not the center back partnership Chattanooga fans are exactly used to seeing, Sean Russell and Caio da Silva. The CFC a bit shorthanded tonight. As Kasak surrenders a Michigan throw-in. Robertson. Da Silva. The last meeting that took place between these two was almost a microcosm of what Chattanooga's been through all season. When you look at that 3-1 win by Michigan in Michigan about 3 weeks ago. CFC surrendering 2 set-piece goals in that game, including a late penalty kick by Kyle Newell that really put things away. We're poor in the first 45, according to Peter Fuller. Then a goal by James Kasak started getting things going for CFC, and he really liked the way they responded after drawing level. Felt like they had another one coming, but a Tate Robertson red card for dissent really knocked things off kilter for Chattanooga and took the wind out of their sails as Michigan was able to ice it away from there and win 3-1. Looking to correct some of those things here tonight, whether it be set-piece defending or just consistency over the course of 90 minutes and maybe a more direct attacking style of play. We'll get that done for Chattanooga with a bit of a new look front. And you're seeing that here with Nagelstad slipping over the ball, but keeping possession. Russell directs traffic. Silva has to turn away from Marich. And it has been Chattanooga with the bulk of possession. Free kick one, first one of the evening in the 11th minute. So an opportunity for Chattanooga to apply the pressure from a set piece. About 30 yards away. Nagelstad that won it. We'll see who stands over it to take it. Nagelstad eyeing the ball with that right foot as he awaits the whistle. Instead, it's the left foot bounced in by Kasak. That's collected cleanly by Mkaruva. Nearing the 12th minute as Kasak loses it out for a throw-in, and Spielman will put it back into play. Instead, it's Kasak, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, was able to pick out Nagelstad down near the corner. Chattanooga occupying Michigan's half for the majority of this early portion of tonight's matchup. Diagonally intended for Russell, who came streaking in. Kyle Newell just has to clear it away for the moment. So Andres Chabot is having to put in a busy shift through these first 13 minutes there at right back, with Russell and Kasak and Nagelstad all combining around him. And it's backwards for Kasak. Chattanooga really wanting to put out a good product for their home fans here tonight for the final time in the fall, and Damian Rodriguez looking to get that effort off to a good start as he wins the Chick-fil-A corner kick for CFC. First one of the night. James Kasak will trot over to provide the delivery. 8 combined goals this season between Brett Jones and Marcus Nagelstad. Can one of them nod Chattanooga in front? Robertson's there as an option. Looks like Kasak will be the one to take it with the left foot. Curls into the near post. Karuva had it covered up. It's headed back into play. Now Hernandez. Coleman tried the line drive in, but comes out to Marich, and Juan Hernandez with Coleman on his left side, able to slip it to the corner. Cutler Coleman. Michigan will try to spring something here. Marich tried the one-touch ball forward, and it was closed off well by Russell. Chattanooga will try to send things the other way. De Silva. Contact and a free kick for Chattanooga in its own half. It was Campbell who came on strong into the back of Coleman. Here comes Rodriguez, dangerous in space, and that's just in behind Juan Hernandez. So Mensah with the long ball for Newell. Danger here for Chattanooga. One-on-one for Kyle Newell. He's blasted it over the bar. Head in hands, Kyle Newell with a missed opportunity, the first real threat of the night for Michigan. And the man with 5 goals to his name this season, tied for the team lead, sails it over the head of Alec Reddington and over the crossbar. It remains scoreless. Let's take a look at what sprung that opportunity for Michigan Stars. Chattanooga caught a bit out of position, and Newell just put it in the wrong place rather than go low. Opted for power. And it's a missed chance for the man who really is the creative force behind the Michigan Stars attack. Now you're seeing Stars start to get some confidence in the Chattanooga half. Put some numbers forward. CFC will try to take advantage. Nagelstad. It's a clever cutoff there by Carl Schneider. Mensah backwards to Karuva. Espinoza. Difficult center back pairing to break down for Michigan between Mensah and Espinoza, one of the better pairings in the league. That's where Nagelstad and Jones playing together up top for the first time as two number 9s in a 4-3-3. We'll have to get creative. Kasak. Robertson, diagonal to Rodriguez. Spielman steps in. Jones just tried to slip it ahead to the 18-year-old Rodriguez. Coleman acrobatically keeps it in play. Surrounded by two different stars, it rolls out for a goal kick. Nineteenth minute. And it's been a busy 19 minutes for the back line of Michigan, but they've held up well. Conceded plenty of possession, but no real attacking chances as far as threatening Mkaruva's goal. In fact, Kyle Newell's lone shot over the bar has been the best chance of the night by either side. And here's Newell with a nice long ball that drifts in towards the 6 and is cleared out for the moment by Da Silva. Schalbaut. Throwing in from the near side, puts it on the goal line for Newell, presents himself as an option, and then just clips it straight into Reddington. Michigan starting the game without one clear-cut attacking option on the bench, and Alexander Satrustegi scored the goal that put Michigan in front the last time he was here. Has a pair of goals in this fall season. You wonder if he'll make an appearance in the second half if Michigan is needing it. Coleman. Bounced into Mkaruva. Kasak backtracking, does well to dispossess Newell. That'll be a matchup Michigan likes all night, but Kasak allows the rest of his team to come back with no rush and set up for this Michigan throw-in. It's intercepted quickly by Spielman. They're turned right back over as Mensah, ranging forward, takes a heavy touch. Da Silva in on the tackle. And that's blasted forward for Nagelstad, and Mkaruva has to backtrack into his own box. Staying true to his identity there to tend to Mkaruva. You'll see him be playing 25, sometimes 30 yards away from his goal line. Essentially another defender when he's out there. A very distinguished style of play that stands out among NISA goalkeepers. Jones will leave it for Kasak. Da Silva, a 23-year-old from White Plains, New York. Rodriguez picks it up on the touchline. Face to face with Schneider. This is where Rodriguez can provide danger, and he just tries the low line drive that goes straight into the feet of Mensah. It's a crafty dummy there by Tran to open things up for Newell. Cyrus Tran. Good move by Newell. Space to deliver the cross. Da Silva cleans it up. Newell's there for the rebound. Follow up. Drifts wide. Good bit of attacking play from Michigan Stars. It remains scoreless in the 23rd minute. Be important for Chattanooga to keep this Michigan team on its heels, because once they get into that creative attacking flow, one of the more dangerous teams in the league, just with the amount of shots that they'll pepper on goal. Newell. Double teamed and dispossessed by Juan Hernandez. Coleman. Nagelstad marooned up against Mensah, who wins the header. Rodriguez picks up a loose ball, cuts past Schneider, and once again he's faced with the 1v1 opportunity. And nobody's home. Kasak has to pick it up on the near side. Kasak, the goal scorer from the last outing against Michigan. Headed backward to Spielman. Diagonally drifted in towards Nagelstad. Rodriguez doesn't have the height, and it's out for a Chattanooga corner kick. Presented by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Second one of the night for Chattanooga. James Kasak covering plenty of ground tonight in his left back role. He'll tee it up. Chattanooga looking to strike first in the fall season home finale. Kasak's corner into the hands of Mkaruva, who wins a foul. And he'll be looked at by the Michigan trainers for a potential head injury as he's helped up by Da Silva. Quarter hour gone here at Finley Stadium. Protocol will elicit at least a conversation between the 25-year-old goalkeeper and his trainer. And we'll play on here. "20 caps for the Zimbabwe national team. Played for Cape Town City in the South African First Division. And really could be described as one of the most influential players on this team. Chattanooga will continue to try to test him here as they win a free kick, and there's the first slight bout of pushing between Kasak and Newell. Things flared to a dramatic finish the last time these two went head-to-head on this turf. Certainly both sides will want to avoid those type of dramatics post-game here tonight. But late in the season, a chilly night, trying to push through and finish strong in the last couple of games. Tensions can rise pretty high as Hernandez gets it ahead to Nagelstad, and Rodriguez has acres of space around him. Schneider closes him down. Slipped in, a good ball to Nagelstad. He's bottled up. Espinoza in on the tackle, got a foot in there, and it's clean according to our referee, Lorenzo Hernandez. Hernandez, our center ref, with assistants Jordan Morris, Tarver Pike, and fourth official Chris Galaviz tonight. Chalbaud. Good work by Mkaruva to give Campbell just an opportunity to track that ball down, but clever header down by Coleman, picked up by Reddington. He urges his team to push forward. As you have seen, a concerted effort by Chattanooga to apply the pressure and not have the pressure applied on them, as Michigan Stars likes to do. Spin out of pressure by Jones. Wins the free kick for Chattanooga as Joseph Idu stuck the right foot in. De Silva. Former University of Albany Dane. Settled by Hernandez. Onside is Nagelstadt. Rodriguez and Jones with the oncoming runs. Nagelstadt slips it into Rodriguez. Shot on target. Shot in the back of the net. The 18-year-old Damian Rodriguez with his first goal as a pro. And it comes in the 29th minute. In the final home game of the 2021 fall campaign. Let's take a look at what could be a turning point in the young career of Damian Rodriguez. A smart run into the box and an even smarter ball in by Nagelstadt to find the open man. And there's only one spot that the 18-year-old could have put that for it to end up in the back of the net. And he placed it perfectly between the outstretched glove of Mkaruva and the far post. 1-0 Chattanooga with the half hour gone. The first assist of the season for Marcus Nagelstadt. And you saw what it meant to the young winger from Dalton, Georgia, as a long ball ahead to Jones. Chattanooga nearly doubles its lead just moments later. McKinley to Hernandez. Kasak battles through pressure. Off and running, left-footed service. Tees up Nagelstadt, and it's Mensah, the hero for Michigan. A ferocious one-time volley by Marcus Nagelstadt. Nearly doubles the lead again for CFC. Marich trying to open things up down the left channel as De Silva watches it drift over for a Chattanooga throw-in. So two quick chances after the goal by Damian Rodriguez. That might have brought Chattanooga to life. Free kick coming. Well, this staff speaks glowingly about the 18-year-old out of Dalton, Georgia. The way he's developed, matured within the past year or so in this system. And he's playing in a bit of a foreign role tonight. Hasn't played as a right-sided winger. Excelled as a 10 against Chicago in a 2-0 win just a few days ago. But when asked about one quality that Peter Fuller loves about Damian Rodriguez, he says you only have to tell him things once, and you don't have to tell him again. And you can see it in the positional multiplicity that they've assigned to the forward who's just bagged his first career professional goal. Contact gives a free kick to Michigan Stars here as Cyrus Tran will pick himself up. Visitors will look for an answer with just under 15 minutes plus stoppage time to go before the half. Cal Newell demanding more space between he and the two-man wall comprised of Nagelstadt and Jones. put on the far side towards Mensa. Michigan captain starts over with Chalbaut. Over the top and no trouble for Alec Reddington. Chattanooga free kick. Eddie Mujan pleading his case. Robertson elects to play it short to Silva. A lofted chip to Hernandez. Juan Hernandez sporting the captain's band tonight with no Richard Dixon out there for CFC. Certainly a big leadership void anytime Dixon is out of the lineup, but Hernandez, no stranger to the captain's band, as any Chattanooga fan will tell you. Dixon unavailable tonight due to yellow card accumulation. Essentially an extension of the coaching staff on the field, has known Peter Fuller for years, since his time at West Florida. Not available to get his team organized tonight, but so far so good for the home side with 34 minutes gone. And a 1-0 advantage thanks to a 30th minute strike by Damian Rodriguez. Every time Reddington spins the ball in his gloves, you see him urging his teammates forward. And Chattanooga with 8 players in the Michigan half here. They'll come back and do the throw-in again. Michigan Stars looking to snap a streak of 3 matches without 3 points. After that 3-1 victory against Chattanooga up north, Michigan drew at LA, lost at home against LA, and then drew to Maryland 2-2 a week ago. Close things out against the champs, Detroit City, next week in what will be the final game of Detroit City's NISA existence as they make their way up to USL. Headed away by Hernandez. Danger cleared. Chattanooga can organize numbers forward. Brett Jones here. Kasak tries to place it centrally for Robertson, who falls hard to the turf and wins the free kick. And a quick chat here from Lorenzo Hernandez with Joseph Campbell. Silva. It's a pinpoint ball for Jones, who settles it perfectly. Follow-up pass, not quite as accurate. Russell wriggles free of Mujan. And Spillman drops it in for Nagelstad, who's dispossessed by Espinoza. And here comes Michigan at the feet of Kyle Newell, who wins the throw-in. Newell bodied up from behind by Da Silva. Offside flag goes up. But won't matter, a free kick given to Michigan Stars. Referee Lorenzo Hernandez saying a slight push from Da Silva before the offside pass ahead to Marich. So Kyle Newell will have an opportunity to send this into a dangerous area. 28-year-old, former member of the Philadelphia Fury. Fantastic service on set pieces. It's what he hangs his hat on. He'll try to do that here as it's dribbled in. Hernandez sticks the foot out and allows the clearance. Chattanooga recovers. Schneider. Campbell making himself available on the left flank. Schneider with the delayed pass towards him, and the drive in is cut off by Coleman, who takes that ball on the head and has it at his feet. Blasts it out on the far side. 39th minute, 1-0 the goal, courtesy of Damian Rodriguez, the assist by Marcus Nagelstadt. Robertson, quick turn, drop it in for Spielman. Kasak slams on the brakes. Falls to Kasak, has Newell in behind him, and just tried to cut it in between two stars. Couldn't get it done as Mkaruva scoops it out towards the touchline. Hernandez able to escort it out for a Chattanooga throw. Robertson goes quickly. Robertson head to head with Chalbaugh. Drives the service in, and it bounces past the far post to Tendem Karuva, furiously shouting at his teammates. Didn't like the organization there with Chattanooga pressing forward. Nearing the halftime point, 41st minute at Finley Stadium, the final home match of the 2021 NISA fall season. Both of these teams just trying to finish in the top half of the table. Chattanooga, a little more work to do in that effort. Currently 8th out of the 10 teams in the NISA standings, but 4 points back of 4th place Michigan Stars. So 3 points tonight could go a long way in vaunting Chattanooga above Chicago House and Stumptown, who lie above them, as well as Maryland, who sits in 7th. Maryland not in action tonight, so 3 points would put Chattanooga a spot above the Bobcats on 19 points to Chattanooga's 17. Stumptown and Chicago, who sit in 6th and 5th respectively, going head to head as we speak. We'll try to keep you updated on those results as they come in. Here's Rodriguez in the corner. Lifted in. Hernandez tries to get it controlled. Robertson able to get it on target. Has to force a half diving save by Mkaruva. So CFC not relieving any pressure here in the 42nd minute. Reddington scuffs the clearance a bit. Kasak able to rescue his goalkeeper. Tried the clever back heel for the 1-2 by Robertson. Didn't work. Here's Newell. Kasak able to win it back. Coleman Motions Rodriguez in towards him and instead tries to sneakily get it in behind to Nagelstadt. It was read well by Mensah, and Rodriguez wins it back, but it's a free kick in favor of Michigan Stars. They go quickly. I do. Off the head of Jones, but falls fortunately to Espinoza. Here's Newell. I do. Reddington in no rush here, as a 1-0 advantage at halftime would be just fine in the minds of Chattanooga FC. It's also about giving fans something to feel good about in the final home match of the season, according to Peter Fuller. And really the poor run of results haven't come in this building for CFC. It's largely been away from home. But for a fan base with high expectations, given Chattanooga's history since 2009, Peter Fuller determined for these fans to drive home with 3 points on their mind tonight. We're almost halfway there with the 1-0 lead, about a minute plus stoppage time away from the halftime break. Schneider, surrounded, wins the throw-in. Chattanooga appealing. Schalbaud operates quickly. Sprawling slide by Robertson forces it back into Michigan's half. I do. Member of the Liberian national team loops it ahead for Schalbaud. Kasak was in the right spot. Here's Newell. Squeezes it between two Chattanooga players, and it's driven straight into Reddington. Falls on it to buy some extra time as we tick nearer to the 45-minute mark. Fourth officials indicated 1 minute of added time. Chattanooga looks to close out the half with the lead. Need more time for your business? Contact HHM for all your accounting needs. Mensah goes towards the corner flag. Coleman sees it over the goal line. So goal kick coming. As Chattanooga will try to lock out this first half. And you'd think Peter Fuller feels good about where his team is at halfway through. But the majority of time spent in Michigan's half, did surrender one quality chance, that Kyle Newell with a one-on-one opportunity towards Reddington. Was at an angle, but he put it over the bar. Otherwise, Chattanooga has been the aggressor. And the 30th minute goal by Damian Rodriguez is the difference, as the 18-year-old nets his first ever in a pro match. Here he is now, combining with Nagelstadt. Could they add one more before the break? Nagelstadt applies the pressure, and Karuva cleans it up. And there's the whistle. Halfway done in the final home match of the 2021 fall season at Finley Stadium. Chattanooga leads Michigan Stars 1-0 at the break. We'll be right back.
When the world's fastest internet meets the ultimate TV experience, it's even better than you imagine.
build strong relationships across age, race, creed, and socioeconomic status for the greater good of our city. I've worked for the club since 2015, and one of my favorite things that we do is our Cause the Night program. This program started as a way to highlight different nonprofits for each of our home games, but this year I decided to try to take it to the next level. But before I get into that, I want to go ahead and thank each of our Cause the Nights for this year. Signal Centers, the Creative Discovery Museum, Friends of the Troops, the James A. Henry YMCA, the Bethlehem Center, United Way of Greater Chattanooga, Big Brother Big Sister, Ronald McDonald House of Greater Chattanooga, the Heart Gallery, Chattanooga Autism Center, Clayton Connections, Girls Inc., Chattanooga Society, Project, Waterflow, Production Station, without these community causes, we would never be able to keep our mission. The best CFC and Spirit Award is goes to an organization that has been really fun to work with. They had a really engaging player meeting, and they also brought out a crew on their first flag. And the winner is Big Brother Big Sister. Panel on to the best contact conversation award. This organization has been doing some great work here locally, and they have really quality video like every time they come on.
Halfway done at Finley Stadium, Chattanooga with the advantage, 1-0 at the break, courtesy of Damian Rodriguez. His first goal as a pro in the 30th minute, assisted by Marcus Nagelstad. Good evening, I'm Lucas Panzica as CFC wraps up its 2021 fall home slate, and halfway there to 3 points as Chattanooga looks to vaunt its way into the top half of the table with just a pair of games remaining. At this point, just 90 minutes and one half to go. So we'll take a look at the first half stats. Peter Fuller told me this week they want to be more direct. They want to play through Michigan Stars. That's exactly what they did through the first 45. As you take a look at the stats presented by ESPN Radio 105.1, your Chattanooga home for sports radio. 4 shots to Michigan's 2. Michigan, one of them was arguably the best chance of the night as Kyle Newell had an opportunity down the right channel at an angle towards Alec Reddington. One-on-one in the box, blasted it over the bar. Otherwise, Chattanooga has had the bulk of the opportunity. 1 shot on goal. They've held Michigan to 0 in that category. Of course, 2 Chick-fil-A corner kicks. Chattanooga yet to be caught offside tonight. And as you'd expect, whenever these two go head-to-head, whistle's been blown a few times. 13 fouls in the first half, though no cards shown by referee Lorenzo Hernandez. Let's take a look at how we got to this point in the 30th minute with Damian Rodriguez combining with Marcus Nagelstad. Last time out here in this building was a 2-0 win against Chicago House, where Rodriguez created a goal for Nagelstad in similar fashion, and here you see Nagelstad returning the favor. Looked like he was going to drive it in across the 6, instead cleverly drawing in a pair of defenders and slipping it backwards to Rodriguez with a pinpoint finish. And you see the celebration, how much it means to the 18-year-old from Dalton, Georgia. The entirety of the Chattanooga team coming to him. Look at James Kasak jumping on that pile to celebrate that goal. You certainly always remember your first. And for Damian Rodriguez, almost ran out of time, but he got it in before the end of the 2021 fall season. So congratulations to him, but still a job to be done here in Finley Stadium with 45 minutes remaining, and they'll continue to rely on him along that right wing. A bit of an experimental outing for Rodriguez on that right flank in the 4-3-3 with 2 number 9s, but so far so good for Peter Fuller and his group as they lead Michigan Stars 1-0, looking to close out the home slate strong here in Finley Stadium. When we come back, second half coverage as Chattanooga tries to go home with 3 points and send these fans away happy for the final time in 2021. We'll be right back with second half coverage on 11 Sports. It's Chattanooga FC on top of Michigan at the break.
I would just like to say thank you to all the CFC fans and supporters around the world for all of your support during the 21 season. There's been some ups, there's been some downs, but the one constant is you have stood by our side all season long.
I just want to say thank you for all the fans and supporters who came out in 2021. Whether you came to 1 match or 20, we appreciate your support, and we're looking forward to 2022. Thanks for everything.
Second, take your time. You know I'm yours if you remember that you're mine. And when everybody's telling me I have no time, I prove them wrong again. 'Cause yeah, I might be all that you get. Yeah, I guess this might well be it. Heaven knows I tried.
Thank you. Thank you. You are the Chattanooga Football Club.
You are the Chattanooga Football Club.
Better together.
We're better together.
the story has been told from day one, right? Their goal all along, the founders, the board members of this club, was to build something that was truly about Chattanooga, truly about this community, and was never going to be moved.
The reason why I joined the club, I joined CFC, was because of the community, you know, the community and the fans and the owners, just the people that are involved.
It shows what this club is about. It shows the family-oriented club that this is, where the players, the staff, and the hooligans, they're all connected.
I'm a fan and a supporter of this sport because of what Chattanooga FC did in this city.
This is truly a community effort and a group effort from this ownership group and everybody that we have involved. So.
You know, ever since the ownership campaign happened, there is a stake that we all have in this. I mean, wins feel better and losses hurt a heck of a lot more than they did a few years ago.
You know, they're always involved in the community. They're always involved within the team. And, you know, that's what makes this club, you know, what it is, a family, a community.
I don't think they expected what happened. We have owners in every state in multiple countries around the world. You just see kind of how far-reaching CFC is and how much it means to especially Chattanooga.
This is not just soccer, it's the community, it's the family. I came as a soccer player like everybody else does, and I stayed because of the love of the community and the love of the game.
Another look at the difference through the first half of tonight's matchup between Chattanooga and Michigan Stars. The first career professional goal for 18-year-old Damian Rodriguez on a crafty back post finish past the outstretched arms of Tatenda M. Karuva. And Chattanooga leads at the break 1-0 as we get you ready for the second half. That Chattanooga FC goal brought to you by Radizio Grill. Text GOAL to 423-445-1002. That's GOAL to 423-445-1002 for a chance to win a full Radizio. And you better show up hungry, and we'll see if another Chattanooga goal will give you another opportunity tonight, as they'll certainly continue to leave the pedal down against Michigan Stars. An aggressive mentality and approach tonight for CFC. They'll switch sides as we near the second half kickoff here in Finley Stadium. Chattanooga in the dark blue home uniforms will attack from left to right. Michigan will switch it up, going right to left in the away Reds. And 45 to play as Chattanooga tries to close out their home campaign strong and jump Maryland in the league standings, and potentially Chicago House and Stumptown Athletic, depending on how that result plays out between those two teams tonight. Michigan Stars in fourth in the NISA table on 21 points. Chattanooga 4 places back of Michigan Stars, but only 4 points back. So with 2 matches to play, and Michigan having to go up against league champion Detroit City next week, the opportunity is there for Chattanooga to close out the season with some confidence and gear up for what will be a long 2022 new look NISA season. But first, a job to do here in these next 45 minutes as the ball's rolling for the second half. Michigan Stars will look to attack early, lifting over the top for Alexander Satrustegi in the game now for Michigan. The first substitution of the night. He's playing on the right flank. That substitution presented by Haygood Farms. Looking for alternative recovery methods that ensure you achieve the good and healthy life you deserve? Contact Haygood Farms, hand cultivated here in Tennessee. So Satrustegi, the Spanish striker, along the right flank. He'll support the red-hot Leon Marich, and that'll pose a few more problems for this Chattanooga back line, and we'll see how CFC responds. Chattanooga also looking to win 2 in a row for the first time since the Legends Cup early this summer. Consistency hasn't been something this group has quite been able to achieve in the 2021 fall campaign. But they could at least close out strong throughout the course of this second half. Battling is Damian Rodriguez. Certainly buzzing after his first career goal, and wins Chattanooga a throw-in as he backtracks into his own half. Sets up Coleman. It's one thing Peter Fuller glows about when discussing the 18-year-old, the way he tracks back. He's disciplined defensively. Really understands both sides of the ball well. That allows this staff to plug and play him in several different spots and do it confidently, understanding that you only have to tell him once, and he retains the information and executes it well, as you saw on the opening goal in the 29th minute, assisted by Marcus Nagelstadt. Down the line goes Satrustegi. Able to get the angle and faces up with Russell, and it's out for a Michigan corner kick. So you already see the spark plug that is Alexander Satrustegi. And it's a Chick-fil-A corner kick upcoming for Michigan Stars. Thomas Suhetsky in the game as well for Michigan, needing to switch things up after that first half. Ball in to the back post. It's covered up and cleared away by Chattanooga. Headed straight up in the air by Schneider. Rodriguez racing in for the pressure. Falls to Hernandez. So Suhetsky came in for Cyrus Tran at halftime. 24-year-old former member of Stumptown. But this is the man that can make the difference for Michigan. Satrustegi down on the goal line. Wins another corner kick for Michigan Stars, who had none through the first half. They've got 2 through the first 3 minutes of the second half. 27-year-old Spaniard with excellent bloodlines. His father, Jesus Maria Satrustegi, 297 career appearances for Real Sociedad, member of the 1982 Spanish World Cup squad. Some of those goal-scoring bloodlines have carried over, as Chattanooga certainly remembers Satrustegi, the goal scorer. Last time these two teams played in this building in May of 2021, a 2-1 Chattanooga win. He's already been a spark for Michigan Stars down the right flank. And it's the second corner kick upcoming for MSFC here. Bit of a delay as a Chattanooga player will come off injured on the near side. Try to get an exact read on who that is. Able to walk off on his own power, but it is setting up Alec McKinley to come in, and that is Nick Spielman. Been a rock on the back three for Chattanooga all season, has stepped up into a defensive midfield role tonight. He's being looked at on the trainer's table. So Nick Spielman exits for Alec McKinley for CFC, the first sub forced by injury. Here comes the Chick-fil-A corner kick. Reddington battles through it and able to come down through contact from Israel Espinoza. So 50th minute. Michigan Stars certainly asking some questions of Chattanooga that they've answered in the early portion of the second half. Rodriguez can't dribble out of pressure. Here's Newell. Coleman. Hernandez. Turns away from Suhetsky. And backwards he goes to Russell. McKinley. First impact of the night. Nearly won it back for CFC, but it's cleaned up on the recovery by Robertson. Nagelstadt flicks it inside for Hernandez, who just can't hold off Jonas Aidu, and Jones misjudges the roll. So Michigan Stars has come out with an energetic start to the second half, looking to level things up on the road. Newell in behind with the offside flag up in the 52nd minute. As Nick Spielman continues to be looked at on the near side trainer's table. Wonder how that'll impact things tactically for Peter Fuller. It can certainly be a like-for-like change. Alec McKinley in for Nick Spielman in that number 6 role. You're seeing McKinley push forward a bit with Hernandez and Robertson dropping back. Rodriguez can't quite track it down, but it's out for a throw-in. Chattanooga looking to return the favor on some of the Michigan pressure early on in the second 45. Robertson hesitates and sends it in. Into a crowd. Mkaruva able to punch it away for the moment. And the clearance falls to Sahetsky. Long diagonal ball to a big pocket of green space occupied by Sean Russell. Chattanooga slows things down. De Silva has been steady as a force on that back line for CFC. A 4-man back line, not something they've deployed for the majority of the season. Playing a more direct style tonight and looking for some more insurance to back that up. The good ball slipped in for Mujan. Pressures Reddington, who skies it near midfield. Robertson. McKinley ranges in behind Idu and somehow comes away with the ball, surrounded by 3 different stars. Chested down by De Silva. He takes his space. Here comes Chattanooga. Looking to switch it for Rodriguez, and it's headed out on the near side. Robertson lofts it in for Nagelstad. Back up against goal. Tried the quick turning pass that was cut off by Espinoza. And Coleman just making life hard on Sahetsky with a serious size disadvantage, and it's away to Marriage. Back to Mkaruva. Michigan being more precise with its passing here in the second half. Quality turn by Satrustegi, who's already showing his attacking prowess off through the first 10 minutes since halftime. Espinoza. Showing off his passing range there. It's one of his strengths at center back. Kyle Newell just couldn't get the touch around Cutler Coleman. Giveaway from McKinley allows Newell to tee up a long-range effort, but no problems for Alec Reddington. And it's rolled out for Kasak. Hernandez. Diagonal effort to Rodriguez. And Mkaruva picks it up. The Chattanooga faithful wanting a handball there, saying he just reached outside of his 18, but Nothing going to be given there. The 25-year-old goalkeeper puts it on the ground for his captain, Mensah. Mensah, former Chicago Fire youth product. Spent some time in the second division in his home country of Sweden. Now plying his trade at the NISA level in Michigan. Satrustegi, quick touch and service, lifted high in the air. Reddington able to climb the ladder. Well, that could be where the danger comes from. That right side as Satrustegi looks to connect with Leon Maric. Maric 5 goals on the season. Satrustegi hasn't quite gotten going to that extent. He's got 2, but just as capable. And both players, including Maric, on the ball here. Familiar faces for Peter Fuller, both having played for him at one point or another, as Chattanooga wins a free kick at midfield. Satrustegi, a player for Fuller at Palm Beach United in the NPSL. And Leon Maric, younger player, 23 years old. Played for Fuller, coming up in the Philadelphia Union Youth Academy. So a bit of a reunion tonight for those 2 players for Peter Fuller. Always maintains those relationships, something he takes pride in. But speaks very highly of both. And now his team's looking to double its lead on their team. Forcing a goal kick, but applying some pressure as Chattanooga nurses a 1-0 advantage in the 59th minute, courtesy of a 29th minute strike by Damian Rodriguez. Kasak. Hernandez. We're seeing Chattanooga just have to be a bit tidier with its touches than its own half, with an increased sense of urgency from Michigan Stars, as there's a giveaway picked up by Satrustegi. Couldn't find the passing angle to Maric, but it was there. Just picked off by Hernandez. Here's McKinley winning a ball in the air, something he does so well, but Mensah charging in like a bull, and a free kick won by Chattanooga. Mensah can't believe it. Shot out of a cannon to pluck that ball out of the air. Just a little too forcible for the liking of Lorenzo Hernandez, our center referee. Approximately half an hour plus stoppage time to go here in Finley Stadium. Final home match of the 2021 fall season. Chattanooga looking to climb the table and finish in the top half in what's been an up and down season for this unit. McKinley picks it up. This is Nagelstad. Runs into a wall, and Espinoza, who clears it well. And it's a free kick for Michigan Stars. Chattanooga is without 1 key attacker tonight in Sean Hofstadter. They do not have that option on the bench. With 4 subs still available to Peter Fuller, Brian Bement and Ryan Marcano, 2 names to take into consideration on possible entries tonight over the last half hour. Satrustegi squares up Kasak, and it has to be chested out by Russell for another Chick-fil-A corner kick for Michigan Stars. They had none in the first half. They've had 3 in the first 15 minutes of the second. And Kyle Newell is their man when it comes to set-piece delivery. They'll be looking for the head of Leon Marich, who's matched up with Caio da Silva. Goes back post to Mensah, and a collision results in 2 players on the ground and trainers having to come out to take a look. Mensah, one of them for Michigan, trying to get a read on the Chattanooga player that collided with him. Juan Hernandez being helped up. Correction. Alec McKinley, the one who fell to the turf. Both seem to be okay. And a little bit of action on the near Chattanooga sideline as Brian Bement and Daniel Jackson are warming up. The foot won't be taken off the gas. That won't be an approach you see Peter Fuller take tonight, as McKinley and Mensah have to come to the sideline and await an opportunity to step back into the game. And here they come. No, they'll be asked to take a step back, and now Hernandez will allow their re-entry. But attacking play is what was emphasized all week in practice for Peter Fuller's unit as they try to end the season with a bang. They've certainly had their share of mistakes, giving the ball away, conceding 21 goals on the season, not the standard Peter Fuller wants. But going all the way to the attacking spectrum to finish out the season with some confidence. And you're seeing that here as Brian Bement and Daniel Jackson, 2 forwards, prepare to come in. As Chattanooga defends a 1-0 lead entering the 64th minute. Long-range free kick. Skips out to the corner flag, and it's a Chattanooga throw-in. So changes will happen in the 64th minute as Brian Bement and Daniel Jackson come in. It'll be Jackson stepping in for Brett Jones and Brian Bement in for Marcus Nagelstad. So Jones and Nagelstad, who got the start up top, a striker tandem with 8 goals combined on the year, will come off. Nagelstad provided the assist for Rodriguez. But Bement and Jackson with fresh legs inserted into the lineup. 5 goals combined between those two this season. As a long throw-in. Falls to Rodriguez in a central role here. Does well to keep possession. As it's blasted diagonally toward McKinley. He keeps it in play. A little too strong. On the entry pass to Jackson, who was looking to make his first effort of tonight's match. So Jackson, a veteran player, he's bounced around across the American soccer pyramid. Signed this summer and started his Chattanooga career with a bang. 2 goals in his debut against Maryland. Cooled off a bit since then. And Brian Bement, wearing number 14 up top, who his coach describes as a bull in a china shop on the field. 3 goals on the year. Can one of those two extend this Chattanooga lead as they try to win back-to-back games for the first time since the Legends Cup? Danger here as Newell runs straight into Reddington, and a penalty kick's given to Michigan Stars. Alec Reddington came in to clean up, and he found nothing but Kyle Newell as the ball bounced over him. And his Lorenzo Hernandez has awarded Michigan a spot kick. And this could turn the game on its head as Reddington is booked. We'll take a look at the long ball that came down intended for Kyle Newell, who actually got ahead to it, and Reddington just arrived late. So it's a good call. Reddington came up with both gloves looking to punch the ball away, and Newell just beat him to it. See fair play there between Reddington and Newell, shaking hands before the penalty kick attempt. Kyle Newell, who slotted home a spot kick the last time these two teams played and effectively put it away for Michigan 3-1 just 3 weeks ago. Now we'll go head-to-head with Alec Reddington one more time from 12 yards away. Will the familiarity from that penalty kick back on October 17th come into play here in the 67th minute? Michigan looking to equalize and win in Chattanooga. Newell has 5 goals on the year, looking for 6, and he hits the bar. Chattanooga preserves its lead. Out for a throw-in, and Kyle Newell with a rocket off the crossbar misses an opportunity to tie things up. Let's take a look here as Michigan tries to build up another attack quickly at that penalty miss. He opted for power, just like his opportunity in the first half that went over the bar in a one-on-one with Reddington. And that time, he finds the woodwork. Spinning clearance by Damian Rodriguez elicits a rising cheer from this Chattanooga crowd, now mostly on its feet. As things heat up here in the last 20-plus minutes of regular time. Could that be a turning point in this game if Chattanooga can harness the momentum? McKinley surging forward, hits the ground. Espinoza got the ball, according to Hernandez. Michigan looks to turn the tide. Sahetsky chipped over the top for Marich. It's a good ball and good control, but it's cleaned up by Russell, who recovered nicely. Michigan gets organized in Chattanooga's half. Kyle Newell, one of the most talented players in NISA, will be starving for a goal in these last 20-plus minutes, given his 2 clear-cut opportunities that he's had, and he's placed too high in front of Alec Reddington. 1 in the run of play in the first half, 1 from the spot just moments ago. Jackson racing down Sahetsky, who's able to get the ball off and knotted down by Coleman, with Newell applying the pressure. Should be end-to-end action here in the last 20-plus minutes of play, given the demeanor in both of these teams in the final stretch of the fall season. No reason to sit back now. Chattanooga in 8th, Michigan in 4th, but CFC only 4 points behind. Trying to finish strong. With only 1 match remaining, Michigan will have to play the defending champs and the current champs, Detroit City, who just wrapped it up last week before their exit to USL, a step up in the American soccer pyramid. Chattanooga understands the opportunity it has here to grab 3 points and then turn around and face a Stumptown team on the road to close out the season. Robertson. He'll launch it into the box. Headed up by McKinley. And out for a goal kick. Moving quickly is Michigan. On a midfield heave by Mkaruva. Idu. Suhetsky. Satrustegi presents himself inside. Chalbaud works his way towards the goal line as Hernandez makes himself an obstacle and allows Reddington to scoop it up, and Chalbaud is slow to get up. '73rd minute at Finley Stadium. 29th minute goal by Damian Rodriguez is the difference. Chattanooga not quite looking to preserve that lead, but really looking to add to it. Espinoza. Misplaced pass inside is picked up by Jackson. Chattanooga looks to string together a counter. Along the right flank with Coleman. It's good recovery by Michigan, but Coleman cleverly finds Jackson with the fresh legs. Came in about 8 minutes ago. Hernandez threads it wide. Coleman just couldn't corral it. Offside flag was up either way. Suhetsky. Mensah. Header won by Rodriguez, but to the feet of Idu. And here's Damian Rodriguez, who has quieted down in the second half. Hernandez finds Robertson with a soft touch. Tried to put it over the top for Bement. And the counter in return is picked off by Coleman for Chattanooga. Long ball effort just over the head of Bement, who applies the pressure towards Tatenda Mkaruva. This bounces towards Chalbaud. Seeing more efficient passing here from Michigan Stars, more effective placement as they look to string together some possession in Chattanooga's half. But CFC just finding the right cutoff point in the perfect moments with 15+ minutes to go. Bement leaves it for Coleman with a sloppy pass knocked ahead intended for McKinley. And that's not something you see every day. Mkaruva, the goalkeeper, taking the throw in. The type of player that he is, not afraid to range away from his box. Satrustegi didn't have the 1-2, drops it back for Idu. Schneider. Kyle Newell, who erred on the penalty kick 7 minutes ago, with the chance to draw Michigan level on the foul by the goalkeeper, Alec Reddington. Espinoza, one of the newest members of this Michigan lineup. Schneider. McKinley. Dispossessed. You can feel the tension building. You can almost feel a goal coming. But who will it come from and which side? It doesn't feel like a battle between two teams out of title contention. That's the vibe we're getting here in the 77th minute in Finley Stadium. Both these teams desperately want a result, need a result. Been a tough run of form. Michigan Stars haven't won a match since playing this Chattanooga team at home on October 17th. They've gone 3 matches without a result, 2 draws and a loss to LA. And it doesn't get any easier next week with the regular season finale against Detroit City. Chattanooga, meanwhile, found 3 points against Chicago a week ago, but 9 losses on the season weighs heavily on the minds of Peter Fuller and his players. '78th minute, lofted ball in, Reddington secures it. Missile into Michigan's half. Bement and Jackson with their first quick combo. And McKinley does well to keep it with the blue shirts. Tight space there for Coleman to get out of, and he gives it up to Marriage. Here's Satrustegi. Numbers in favor of Chattanooga here, but Alexander Satrustegi is able to win the free kick. You're seeing the pendulum swing Michigan's way as far as possession and time spent in Chattanooga's half, as it was quite the opposite in the first half, and there's a yellow card shown to Caio da Silva. Chattanooga still has 2 changes to make. Michigan has 3. Kyle Newell stands over it for the Stars. Towards the back post, Reddington has held a commanding presence in his box tonight. The one slip up came on the collision with Newell that prompted a penalty kick that hit the crossbar. Robertson able to wrestle it away from Idu, who continues the pressure, covering about 40 yards in a span of seconds. And Da Silva, with quick touch passing, combines with Jackson, who gets it outside to Coleman. Jackson streaking down the right flank. Coleman opts to go inside and leaves it for Jackson. Slipped into the 6. Bement is there. It rolls over the goal line. M. Karuva wants a foul. He won't get it, but it's a goal kick for Michigan. And Karuva still pleading his case with Lorenzo Hernandez. Tensions climbing at Finley Stadium. Chattanooga will concede possession there, and it's another Michigan change coming up. The visitors bring in Zachary Reynolds to replace Eddie Moujon. Reynolds, a 27-year-old from Sanford, Florida, played for former Chattanooga coach Bill Elliott at West Florida. Played professionally in Sweden before coming to Michigan. And he's the player that Coach George Yunchai hopes will make an impact. Needing a goal, down 1-0 in the 82nd minute. Schneider. Newell. Marich. Slipped forward for Idu, and Newell, with one touch, deflected on the service, and Chattanooga just has to clear it away for the moment. The touch by Espinoza allows him to allocate it wide quickly. Chalbaud. Reynolds on his first touches. He finds Schneider, who can't create an angle due to the relentless pursuit of Cutler Coleman. And McKinley over the top towards Brian Bement, and M. Karuva, a good 40 yards off his line, gets it away to Schneider. My goodness. The most aggressive goalkeeper in this league to tend to M. Karuva. Satrustegi. At this point, a draw would be a good result for Michigan, who could keep Chattanooga down in 8th and stay in the top half of the table, where they sit currently in 4th. At the moment, 4 points clear of Chattanooga, as Newell along the 18 tries to tee up Marich. He didn't have the angle, and Reddington has to chase this down before it goes out for a corner. Live standings would show Chattanooga on 20 points, tied for 5th on the NISA table with Stumptown. On the touchline, Robertson. Ball carries over for a Michigan throw-in. Still scoreless between Chicago and Stumptown. New Amsterdam has just scored on 1904 around the league, as NAFC tied on points with Chattanooga in 9th. Looking to jump CFC tonight with the result. Schneider. Suhetsky. Satrustegi. Newell. Michigan settled into possession here with 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Reddington with the collision, and he cleans it up while on the ground. Newell saw blood in the water and came racing in, but Alec Reddington, the 22-year-old goalkeeper, keeps it a 1-0 advantage. 29th minute goal by 18-year-old Damian Rodriguez, the first of his young career, pushed Chattanooga in front inside the first half hour. Another substitute incoming. And it'll be Robert Yunchai entering for Kyle Newell. Interesting move here by Michigan Stars. Yunchai, a defender, albeit a very good one, replacing the creative force of this Michigan side. So we'll see if Yunchai, the son of head coach George Yunchai, will take a more advanced role Young player, only 20 years old. Chattanooga still has 2 changes to its disposal, but we'll see if Peter Fuller elects to even use them. Robertson. Here come the Stars. Satrustegi with the run. Flag is up. And Chattanooga now kind of phasing into a defensive mentality, where if they can avoid conceding here in the next few minutes, they can escape with 3 points and send these happy fans home in the final home match of the fall campaign. Meanwhile, Michigan hasn't had a road win since defeating Cal United on September 18th, 2 months ago. Minute, 89th minute rather, with stoppage time still to come here in East Tennessee. A chilly night, but a perfect one as we wrap up the NISA fall slate. Sahetsky threads it wide for Schneider. Picks out Sahetsky with the left-footed try, tipped over the bar. Alec Reddington comes up huge, and in the 89th minute, it's a Michigan corner kick presented by Chick-fil-A. Crowd chanting his name, Reddington. A few more minutes to preserve a clean sheet and get his team 3 points. Ball in for Idu. It's on target and straight into the chest of Reddington. And a right-footed rocket from Israel Espinoza. But the 22-year-old from Kirkwood, Missouri, in the right place at the right time as we enter the final minute of regulation. More changes coming for both sides. The next stoppage, we'll see what could be the final one of the evening. Free kick given to Michigan as 3 minutes of stoppage time are shown. Presented by HHM. Need more time for your business? Contact HHM for all of your accounting needs. So Michigan will have a free kick from the center circle as a pair of Haygood Farm substitutions are shown on the board of 4th official Chris Galaviz. In comes Dakota Lobseger. And he replaces Marich, the primary goal scorer for Michigan. And for Chattanooga, it's Topher Marshall replacing 18-year-old Damian Rodriguez. Trots out to a rouse of applause. Rodriguez woke up this morning having never scored a professional goal in his young career, and the 18-year-old will go to bed tonight potentially having scored the game winner for Chattanooga FC. In the 29th minute, could that be the difference? Chattanooga will have to hang on for the next 3 minutes for that to be so. Mkaruva drifts it in from midfield. Mensah got ahead to it. dealt with by Reddington. At the moment, the live standings would show Chattanooga jumping Maryland and tying Chicago on points with 20 and 6. And the goal differential would propel Chattanooga above Chicago in 6th place. And above Stumptown with the goals for tiebreaker in 5th. So the live standings, as Stumptown and Chicago currently tied 0-0, would have Chattanooga in 5th, one spot behind this Michigan team in 4th, and would give CFC an opportunity to finish strong in the top half of the table. McKinley in the corner, pressured, and it's Michigan throw-in. Stars need to move quickly. 2.5 minutes gone of stoppage time. There was a substitution in there, so there could be a bit more. 3 were given. Here comes the rush. Lobseger loses possession, but Idu picks up the loose ball, and a heavy touch allows Russell to shield him from it and win Chattanooga a monumental free kick in its defensive third. We've hit 93 minutes of stoppage time, and Chattanooga now just trying to see it out. Free kick from Reddington, and there's the whistle from Lorenzo Hernandez. Tense moments in the second half as Michigan looked to build up a rally, but could never find the back of the net. And a 29th minute goal by 18-year-old Damian Rodriguez, his first ever, and a clean sheet from keeper Alec Reddington gets the job done. And Chattanooga vaunts up to 5th in the NISA League table, with a road match upcoming at Stumptown a week from tonight. Chattanooga now leads the all-time series 3-1-2 against Michigan Stars, and Michigan will have to return home to host the league champions Detroit City in what will be the final NISA game in the club career of Detroit before their departure to USL. But in the final home game of the 2021 season, Chattanooga will leave its fans going home happy with 3 points after a 1-0 victory courtesy of Damian Rodriguez. We'll take a look at the stats presented by ESPN Radio 105.1, your Chattanooga home for sports radio. Well, Michigan went into halftime with 0 corners on the board, and they came out energetically in the second half, finishing with 4 and end up out-shooting Chattanooga 6-4. Fouls piled up, over 20 in the game, both yellow cards to Chattanooga, one of them to goalkeeper Alec Reddington after a collision with Kyle Newell. That set up a 68th minute penalty kick that Newell blasted off the crossbar, and that obviously was a huge turning point in this game that ends 1-0 in favor of Chattanooga. Michigan Stars drops to 5-6-6 on the season, and Chattanooga improves to 6-2-9. Take a look at the game winner by Damian Rodriguez in the 29th minute, assisted by Marcus Nagelstad. Rodriguez created the Nagelstad goal in a 2-0 win against Chicago 2 matches ago, and the Norwegian returned the favor tonight. Inside the first half hour, Marcus Nagelstad, creative force down the right flank, drew in 2 defenders, and look at the patience from Rodriguez to hold his run, take a quick touch, and fire it past the outstretched glove of Tatendem Karuva into the back post. And his entire team swarms to celebrate the 18-year-old's first career professional goal. And Chattanooga takes it 1-0 with the win over Michigan Stars with 1 match remaining in the 2021 NISA fall season. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight on 11 Sports. For Jeremy Brumbaugh Owen Seaton, everybody here at Chattanooga Football Club. I'm Lucas Panzica. 3 points for CFC in a win over Michigan Stars. Have a great night and a great weekend.